guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back to my loyal subscribers and welcome to my channel to anybody that's new. So today's video is going to be about some things that I regret that I didn't do earlier on in my weight loss journey, and if I can roll back the hands of time and do them over again or make some changes to my weight loss journey earlier on, this is what I would change. This is what I would do. So hopefully you're gonna get a lot of value out of this video, especially if you're at the beginning or middle of your journey. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I would go back and change are my before photos. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of my before photos were taken from the neck down. And the reason for this is because I took these photos either when I was about to go to the gym or I was coming back from the gym, and I was looking a little crazy up top, and I just didn't want my hot mess express going on up here to be plastered all over Facebook, Instagram for my coworkers, my family, my friends, people that I may have had a crush on at the time. I didn't want people to see that, right? So I just stuck to keeping it from the neck down. And now when I take those photos and I put them side by side with my after images, I get a lot of flack for that. Like, a lot of people try to throw shade and make my photos seem like they're not valid, or like, oh, that's not her, that's not the same person, that's Photoshop, or that's somebody else's picture, or whatever, because my face isn't in the photo. Like, if it wasn't for these identifiers, like my tattoo here or the tattoo that I have right here, people would like legit think that I'm like faking my journey. And it's like, no, that's not the case at all. It was just, I didn't want my face to be in the picture at the time, and I regret that so much, because it would help with a lot of the negative comments that I get, or the comments from the haters. Definitely start including your face in your photos if you haven't already, just so that you can have those receipts for the haters, honey, when you reach the end of your journey, because they will come for you if your face is not in those pictures. Okay. The second thing that I would change is, or I would actually just tell myself this, is to stop letting your lows be so low. Like, in my journey, I felt like if I messed up one time, like if I ate too much of one thing, or if I didn't go to the gym one day, I would just beat myself up. Like, I felt so bad for that one tiny part of my day that I would like literally feel like it ruined my whole week, or it ruined my whole journey, or now I have to start over Monday because I ate chocolate cake and I ruined my diet, and I'm just going so hard on myself. I wasn't really allowing myself to live life, and I wasn't remembering that your journey or your weight loss journey isn't one long continuous journey. It's little races that make up one big race. Some you win, some you lose, but you keep doing those races back to back to back, and you keep getting better and better and better, and eventually that becomes your journey, that becomes your story. And the fact that I was letting myself, or the fact that when I mess up, I was just beating myself up so bad and feeling like I need to start over and start over and start over, I regret that, because I missed out on a lot of opportunities to keep going. Like, for instance, if I would have kept going, like way back when I originally was trying to start my journey, I would have been thin by now. I would have been at my weight loss goal a long time ago. But because I had that mindset, I was just defeating myself. And it took me a long time to realize that I shouldn't go so hard on myself, and that's what really helped me to get to where I am today. So I would have definitely told myself those things earlier on, instead of having to learn that lesson later on down the line. The third thing that I would change is to incorporate strength early on as well. I focused so much on cardio because my goal was to lose weight. Building muscle was something that I thought you're supposed to do after you lose the weight. And yes, it's true. You do focus primarily on cardio when you're trying to lose fat, but building muscle is also an important part of working out that should be incorporated into your workouts alongside cardio, because muscle helps you to burn fat. And the more muscle you have, the more fat you'll be able to burn. So number one, that's gonna help you with your fat burning goals. And number two, once you lose that fat, you won't have so much loose skin and you won't be so weak in your shoulders and your legs and your whatever, your core, whatever, because you've been working on strength for a while now. Like for me, I started working on strength like maybe like 8 or 9 months into my journey. Like I was doing a little bit here and there, like some squats, whatever here and there, but mostly cardio, mostly treadmill work. And so now that I'm doing strength, I'm like, oh my gosh, my arms so weak, my shoulders are so weak. And I wish I would have started earlier on so I could have a little bit more muscle by now. You feel me? Yeah. So I would definitely recommend incorporating more strength training, whether that's body weights, whether that's weight machines, free weights, whatever, alongside cardio in your daily workout routines. The fourth thing that I would do is to make more videos. I know I wish I would have taken more pictures, but more importantly, I wish I would have taken more videos of just like almost diaries to myself, because there's like pictures, they're okay, but when you have videos of yourself, you really it really helps you to look back and reflect and remember where you were at that point when you made that video, because it helps you to say, I never want to be back there again. I remember how I felt when I recorded that video to myself. I remember how my day went. I remember how my clothes felt. I remember how I felt about my body at the time when I made that video. I never want to go back there again. And so just those video diaries along the way are going to help you in the long run, because you can look back on them and see how far you've come. And it can also serve as motivation to keep going so that you don't get back to those points. And just talking to the future you when you're at the start of your weight loss journey or when you're creating those videos is super, like, there's something therapeutic about it, because you're at a point where you're talking, you know, or you have faith that you're going to reach your goals, and you're telling your future self, once I reach these goals, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna feel this way about myself, and it just really gives you something to look forward to. So I would highly encourage you to start making videos, not just taking before and after photos, because that can really, really, really come in handy for you. And number 5, I would document how I felt when I was at some of my lowest points. Like for instance, like I was saying earlier, when I messed up on my diet, or when I missed a day in the gym, or 2, 3, 4 days in the gym, how I felt in those moments, I wish I would have documented that, because they came more than just once. Like I missed days in the gym, like multiple days at a time, more than just once. I messed up on my diet more than just once. I binge ate more than just once. And I was always able to, fortunately, I was always able to pick myself back up and keep going from that point. But I would keep going and then reach that point again, and then keep going and reach that point again. And I wish I would have either made a video to myself or written this down somewhere, or send myself, now I send myself emails, which is also a great way to document your journey. But I wish I would have had something written down, so that when I got to that point where I was stressed out and I ended up binge eating, or I didn't go to the gym and I felt bad about myself, I could have said, you know what, it's okay. You didn't go to the gym because you felt like this. Stop letting this thing get to you. It's okay. Life goes on. The situation didn't turn out as bad as you thought it would turn out. You felt really bad when you decided not to go to the gym, or you felt really bad when you binge ate. Don't stress it. Don't let these things continue to interrupt your journey. And just continue to give yourself positive affirmations, so that when you do hit that low point again, you can see, you know what, I've been here before. This is how I felt when I did that thing. This is why I did that thing. And this is what I learned after doing that thing. I'm not gonna continue to let this get to me. This is not gonna be a low point in my journey anymore. I may have binge ate, but I know that I can come back from this. I know that I can snap back like that. This isn't the end of the line for me, and I've already been through this. Here's the proof of what happened when I went through that. So I'm gonna keep it pushing, I'm gonna be strong, not gonna beat myself up, chin up, keep going. All right, and that's it. So those are the 5 things that I wish I would have done differently in my journey that hopefully you guys could find real value in, because I truly do wish I could go back in time and make these changes. And I think they would definitely, number 1, have helped me to reach my goals sooner. And number 2, would have helped me to better understand how far along I've come. Like, it's hard for me to really connect with the person that I was back when I was so overweight and at such, like, having such low self-esteem, because I don't feel that way anymore. I am healthier, I'm happier, I'm in a better spot. I try not to, I try to love myself more and respect myself more, but I also don't want to forget where I came from. And I just wish that there was some kind of, something I can go back to remember that. And so that it can help me to relate to people who may be feeling really bad about themselves and may need a little bit more encouragement in that area. I wish that I could show them my videos and what I wrote to myself when I was at that point, so that they can use that to keep going, as opposed to me just having to remember things and having to make a video about it. I wish I could physically show you something. So anyways, I hope this video was super helpful for you. You know, I really think that me making these videos is almost therapeutic for me, because I get to pass along all these lessons that I've learned along my journey. And I really hope that it's almost therapeutic for you, because you get to see that there's somebody else going through what you're going through. I know if you're from the Fitbit community, shout out to Fitbit, or if you're from the active community or whatever community you may have learned about my channel from, we have like those community forums where we can come together and post our stories and whatnot, but just being able to sit down and watch somebody actually speak to you or speak on their journey, I feel like is a lot more better than reading about it on the weight loss dashboard or healthy eating dashboard or whatever. So really hope you enjoyed my videos. If you enjoyed this video in particular, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content overall, please do subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching.